Hello, and it's this Thursday or Friday?
Friday.
The week moves so fast that we do so much. Today's Friday, so happy Friday. I'm here with one of my patients, John, and we're getting ready to do some serious work here today, aren't we, John?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So, the good thing about what we're going to learn about today is about wearing a hair system. Like a lot of people, a lot of patients I know, a lot of even actors in Hollywood, a lot of everybody, men and women, wear hair systems. But I got to say, men and hair systems, it's very easy for a trained eye to pick them up. Now, tell me about your history wearing a hair system. How long did you wear a hair system?
Just about a year.
Just about a year.
Yes.
Now, when you wore the system, was it, too bad we don't have pictures, but was it really thick? Was it low? Did it come down to here? How low did it come on your forehead? Just like point.
It came down to about here.
Okay, do we have a marker? Can somebody give me a marker? So it's hair system, any color there, yeah. So his hair system came down to about right, somebody give me a mirror. Came down to about, now look, show me, did it come down to about that line?
Yeah.
Okay. So his hair system came down to about that line right there. So if I was out someplace and I saw somebody with hair line down here and their sides thinned out like this, I would know right off the bat they have a hair system, because you always want to match up the sides to this. So I'm just teaching everyone tricks to see who has on a hair system. If their hair is thick up here and the sides are a little washed back, it doesn't work that way. Nature works in tandem. This gets thin and this gets thin. So I'm just going to erase this line here. So John has come to us today because he's fed up of wearing a hair system. And I got to say, a hair system to me is very psychologically crippling, because were you ever dependent on it? Did you think when you put it on you became like a Superman, Brad Pitt looking fella? I mean, did you think you changed putting on a cape?
My looks changed and
in a good way.
More, yes, and confidence.
You got a little swag.
For a little while.
Did people like look at you differently and say, "John,
exactly.
My man"?
Exactly.
So you felt good about it. But they knew you had on a system, though.
No,
they did not.
No, they couldn't figure it out.
They couldn't figure it out.
No.
So, but how did you pull that off? One day you don't have much hair, the next day you have hair. Tell them what your trick?
I wore a hat for a long time, and I didn't see quite a few people for a while. So.
And then one day you just pulled off your hat.
Well,
and
they see me, the hat came off, and they gradually.
I
gradually did it and worked away in. And I'm like, wow, your hair's growing long. I go, yeah, that's all it became.
Wow, you're sneaky.
But yeah, because I used to part my hair in the middle and keep it over the front, so you couldn't really see the hairline.
Okay. Well,
that's one way to hide it.
That's a good trick. But I guess the good thing is he's here to get hair restoration today. And we do a lot of people who are coming out of systems. And I have to applaud those people, because when I first started out with hair loss, I wore a system for less than a year, and it was the most awful thing in my life. And I'm not saying a system's bad, but it's bad for some people. And in life, you don't want to be psychologically dependent on anything. You always want to have options. So I want to show somebody, like, look at this. Here's a patient of ours who had a system, wore a system, said the same thing. I'm sick of wearing it. So this is what he started with. And this is how the fella ended up after one procedure, maximizing 2,500 to 3,000 grafts in the front, because you just can't put hair everywhere. Like some guys come in and they say, I want 4,000 grafts or I want 3,000. We have to prioritize. We have to put the hair here. It's like I tell people, you have one bucket of sand. Okay, with that one bucket of sand, that's the donor. If you put that one bucket of sand on a small beach, you can make a really nice sandcastle. If you take that same bucket of sand and you put it on a big beach, that sandcastle looks like nothing. Right?
Correct.
Pretty much so. So we got a bucket of sand, that's your donor. So instead of putting it on this beach, we're going to put it on this beach up here. And so here's another picture of the patient after having 2,500 to 3,000 grafts to the front. So what we're going to accomplish today, now you can see the hairline I've drawn is not here, okay? So anybody who's been wearing a system, when you come in, your hairline, I can tell you right now, because your sides will not be able to support it, will not get a hairline down here. The more conservative the hairline, the better it'll look. We could even bring his hairline back into here, even behind that, and that would be sufficient, you know, because you have to realize once the hair starts to grow here and you comb it and, you know, style it forward or backwards, it's going to look much thicker. So you just can't concentrate on my hairline used to be here, or bring in your prom picture and the green suit and the green tie with your date showing your hairline like this, because that doesn't mean anything to us. We have to deal with the situation we're given. So these are the things we look at. We look at donor availability, supply and demand. What's the donor look like? And it doesn't matter how long your hair is. Everybody will say, oh, my hair is really long, doc, I got a lot of hair. That means nothing. Long hair means nothing. A lot of dense hair means everything. So if you have a lot of long hair and it's dense, that means every hair. A lot of long hair and you have one hair here, one across the street, one across the road, you know, that doesn't help us, you know. So your donor is good, you know. You have long hair, but you have density here, okay? So we look at the donor, and then we look at the sides. How are the sides? Has he lost density in the temples? And he has. When he was younger, his temples were coming out like this. Okay, I'll turn to the side. So that's how his temples were when he was younger. Now his temples are basically coming straight down like that. So we need to match this temple with the top, not this temple. And that's what the hairpiece was doing, was matching this temple, which for me, I don't care how good it was, I would be able to know that's a hairpiece because this doesn't match this. And there's some guys on TV who are famous politicians and they know who they are and they're wearing a hairpiece, so you know who you are. And it's not Donald Trump, okay? I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not think Donald Trump's wearing a hairpiece, but there's some other ones that I see on TV every day. You know who you are, you're wearing a hairpiece, and it's based basically on this to this. Okay, so today we're gonna focus on getting you some density here, and then as time goes on, we're gonna show you progress. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay, so that's basically it. You know, what I wanted to just go over, I think coming out of a hairpiece is a good idea. I think too, and I'm not being mean, 95% of people who wear hairpieces, at least almost everyone knows you have on a hairpiece. So don't think you're fooling anybody, okay? Number 3, if you want to get out of hairpiece, because natural is always better, even though we can't get the density he has with this hairpiece, he's going to be so much happier knowing he has his own hair. His hairline's not going to be here, but it's going to look good. You know, options in life mean everything. So we'll show you the results as soon as they come in, but it's going to be good. Ready, John?
Ready to go.
On 3, hike.